Hi Melanie, Brianna, how are you guys? Hey, I'm so excited that you guys are going to be able to share my passion in horses through Reggie. Hopefully you'll get the bug and stay with it till you're 46 like I have in my life. I'm doing this video to show you a few things about Reggie I want you guys to know. I think she's going to be a little different than all the horses you've ridden. She's not one you got to kick on or pound on or use spurs on. And I know, Brianna, you had a problem with your horse not going, and Melly, when I watched you ride, I know you were kind of kicking on that gelding all the time to keep him going. Well, Reggie's not like that, so I'm going to show you some basics. If you want Reggie's head to be down a little bit, you just put a little pressure on the reins. See how she drops her head? The minute you put pressures on the rein, she'll bring her head down. So if it's too high and you want it down a little bit, you just put a little pressure on the rein. If you want Reggie to back, you just pull and you kind of squeeze with both feet. You don't have to cluck or say back or do any of that stuff. You just pull back and put both heels in her and she'll back up as long as you want. Reggie also will turn to the right and turn to the left on her haunches. So to do that, you just put the opposite foot in her. So I want her to go right. I'm going to put my left heel in her and she's going to move her shoulders around. I want her to go left. I'm going to put my right heel in her and she's going to move her shoulders around for me. This is great if you got to get in a gate. Then you can just side pass her over to the gate. Move her any way you want so you can maneuver. Very, very handy on a horse. Okay? So that's called turning on the haunches, and that just takes an opposite heel and she'll go both ways. Walk for Reggie is just a cluck. You don't have to use your heels. I do what's called fanning my leg. I just barely move my legs, not making contact with my heels in her. So I fan my legs and cluck, and that's how she walks. I usually don't lunge Reggie before I ride her, but because you girls haven't been riding as long as me, I want you both to learn to lunge, and I want you to lunge her for about 15 minutes before you ride, just to make sure she has any play out of her. You guys been riding old horses. This is a young horse, so she's going to have a lot more play than a 22-year-old horse or a 15-year-old horse. Going to feel a lot more like a kid on some days, especially windy days or cool days, okay? So when you want to trot Reggie, all you have to do, again, you don't have to kick. You just cluck and kind of fan your legs. Reggie has 2 gears at the jaw. One is slow. You don't have to post to that. It's beautiful. She'll stay this speed even if your reins are real loose. So you don't have to hold on to her. Okay, so this is her slow jog. And she'll do this all day long. She loves it. If you want her to move out at the trot, then you need to encourage her with clucking. Again, not legs, clucking. So you begin your post and just cluck to her. And off she'll go. And once you get her in that faster trot, she will stay there. And again, you don't have to have contact with her mouth. Don't be pulling on her, don't be holding her mouth. She goes along beautifully without any contact on her mouth. She doesn't try to run away, doesn't try to go fast. She knows her job. When you want her to walk then, you just sit back and say, walk. And give her just the slightest little tug. She'll come right back down for you. Now the lope is the same way as the rest of the gaits. All we do is kiss. It doesn't usually take any leg. But if she's being a little resistant, then all you're going to do is put a heel in her, the opposite heel, with your kiss. Not a kick, just contact with your heel. So I'll show you without any heel how she goes into the lope. And I'm going to start over here because this is a little slippery in here, so I'm a little nervous about working in here. All the rain and snow we've had. Okay, so I'm going to ask her to lope right over here. And all I'm going to do is kiss. Okay? sloping. Don't want to fall. Now when I ask her to stop, I just sit back. Okay? I'm going this direction. I'm gonna back her just a minute. I like to do that when I stop them sometimes. Reminds them to stay quiet when they're stopped. Now to go the other direction, all I'm gonna do again, I wanna go around this way. I'm gonna put my left leg in her, and that'll make her move around on her haunches. Okay? Let's go the other direction. I'm on the other direction, I just cluck and wave my head.